For me, I think I'm one happy Kenyan today listening to the discussions that is taking place. Because for the first time, the minority communities like those that I'm coming from is actually looking at how the majority or the communities that form the majority in terms of population are trying to creep into power that is slipping out of them. For me, I'm very happy because for the first time, I think bringing in Deputy President Professor Kindiki to replace Gachagua from the Mount Kenya region is actually a blessing in disguise to the minority communities and people who will not have otherwise ascended to power. Why am I saying so? I'm saying so because for the first time, this bloc called the mountain, the Mount Kenya, is actually breaking for the first time. It's breaking. And the reason why we actually seen that the war has been taken to the mountain where Gachagua is trying to control the entire mountain. And Kindiki is actually taking charge as well. I really do not believe that Kindiki is losing even the eastern part of the mountain. I strongly believe that he is also getting it. You can already see the mountain coming into pieces. And this is a blessing to the young, the small, and the minority communities. Because for us, we didn't have hope of ever becoming rulers in this country. But with the dissipation and the fragmentization of the bigger communities, then for the first time, we might see a minority from Tharaka becoming the president of this country. I will not want anybody to think that Kindiki, the deputy president, is a pushover. He is not. And I will not even imagine that the people of the mountain, the entire mountain, will hate Kindiki, whether from the east or from the west. They are those that will follow him. So I don't think, as a minority, for the first time, I'm sad. I'm not sad. I think it is unfolding of the history of this country. From 1963, we have never actually had to break through. Any minority community will never have actually dreamt of becoming a leader in this country. But I think for the first time, for us even to say that Kindiki is going to be in the ballot after Ruto, basically tells you that there's hope for us.
Right, but the dynamics are really changing as you can see it. We have the Gen Z's voice that cannot be underestimated. We've had also previously seeing what some of the political arrangements were when it comes to choosing a running mate, that the women factor will be also a big influence. That was demonstrated by Azimio. Do you think there's a likelihood of this particular election, featuring a very youthful face as the deputy president? I know from the UDA side that is already decided, but it's very contentious as it is right now. We don't know if it's going to be still, as you say, a formidable stake that will still be maintained by Professor Kindiki. But we wonder what ODM also will really request or demand for that particular seat, if that will be very consequential from their end as well.
I think it's important. What you're saying is actually pointing to what I'm saying. I'm actually saying that the order that has been there from 1963 is breaking out.
It's breaking out.
We're actually seeing the mountain breaking. We are also seeing the Gen Z also breaking the ceiling and coming into the leadership position. We are also seeing the gender issue is being played. The youthful issue is being played. And so basically what I'm saying is that the field is being open to everybody. And so for me, coming from a minority community, I actually think I'm also getting an opportunity one day to see a minority leading this country, because all the other closed windows, the gender window, the youthful window, the minority community window, is all open. Everything is opening. And for us, I think it is the right political direction that we need to take as a country. Right. Otherwise, then, this country was captured by only 4 communities. Indeed. The main 4 communities. For us, some of us were just like, okay, who are we aligning to? But what is happening now? And I really want to say, Professor Kindiki, once he ascends into the presidency of this country, he will have opened the door for all other minority communities to rule.
Okay. All right. So now you're posturing and poising yourself as well to see that you have that political weight to go and garner for this particular seat.
We're at the level. You would not have believed that
on the factor of a minority, huh?
Sure, you would not have believed that Obama was going to become the president of the United States based on the fact that he is a son of a migrant. But I think because of the political environment in the US, he was actually able to become president and re-elected. So I think that is why we are going. We might even get an Ndorobo, who are the very minority, coming to become presidents of this country. And when that happens, I'm telling you, we are going to kill most of the ills in this country. Because the ills in this country is always protected by the communities. For example, if you want to, the people who are building structures here on the city, building on the waterways, when you want to touch that structure, the entire community protects this person. Oh, we are being targeted. And yet the structure is the structure that is actually diverting water to this community. If in Githurai, for example, water is sweeping people, because there is a big person from that community that has built on the waterway. These people, immediately the big structure is being brought down, they will forget the tribulations that they have gone through the water that has been diverted to their homes by this big one person. And they will say, we are being targeted. And so we have always protected goons. We have protected illegalities in this country based on community, based on our numbers. And the protection is, we will remove you because you are targeting us. So the numbers have always made politicians fear to take decisive actions on the basis that they are also protecting their votes. But if you get a minority as the president, or minority people ruling, these people will not have the majority protection in terms of numbers. And so they can be able to decisively make a decision without fearing the consequences. As per now, if you're a Kikuyu, I'm using those because these are main communities.
Yes.
The Kikuyu, the Kalenjin, the Luos, the Kambas. If Dr. Mulu here, for example, does something wrong because he's in the leadership, immediately we are going for him. The entire community will want to protect him. And any politician will fear to touch him because he's looking at the votes that is protecting him. But if he was a minority like me, if I do something wrong, people can come for me because my community do not have the muscle to protect me. And so we will be going for the big fish as soon as we get a minority ruling in this country. And I will ask Kenyans, if you want this country to continue well, it is time that we try a minority in the presidency. We have tried the majority all this time, and we've actually seen the problems that are coming with it. Can you try a minority community? And let us start from DP Kindiki, who's coming from Tharaka. Let's try with that. And then after which we can try with me. We can try with anybody else. And I think we're going to change the history of this country.
All right, but we can say that Tharaka also is it's become such a swing vote. We've seen what is done in 2007. We've seen, the Tharaka Nithi factor. So you can't really say that is such a minor factor. But this is orienting my thoughts towards you. I am
saying is a minority because if you look at the Pokot community, for example, and the Tharaka community, in terms of voting, the numbers of voters.
The number of votes.
So West Pokot County has got close to 300,000 voters. Tharaka has got less than that. And so when I say let us give Kindiki, if ethnicity is what we are looking at, then Tharaka is a minority.
I get it. Before you even go, because I think now that we have Titus really raising this issue of the dynamics around gender, youth, the minority, it is an open secret right now you're running for governor